Hello, Brigadiers and Brigadettes and hockey fans alike. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to my channel. Now let's jump into some hockey content. Hello everybody, I just wanted to say before we start the video, thank you so much for the support. We're at 162 subscribers and you have been amazing. My goal is to get to 250 before my birthday, which is in late March, so if we can get there, that'd be terrific. If you have watched my videos before and you haven't subscribed, please do so, and then if you could play the video all the way through, that'd be fantastic. Even if you have to go somewhere, if you could just leave it on or something like that, that'd be amazing. Now, with that being said, let's just dive on into this video. I'm excited, so let's just get a good little thumbnail here. Remember when I was a moron? Yes, I remember when I was a moron for saying that there could be some issues with the Laine Tortorella situation. And all I have to say with that is that didn't last long. It didn't. No, it didn't. Took 4 games, yes, 4 games for Patrik Laine to get benched by the Columbus Blue Jackets head coach John Tortorella. Now, he obviously played the game, but for the whole third period, he didn't get a single shift. And then I said, remember, with this video I made about the Laine trade, that people said some awful things for me saying Laine and Torts might not get along. And I'm not saying it's just how it is, like that's not the scenario just yet. But I will say, it's something to keep an eye out for, and I know they said that both sides have made amends as of today, but, Laine might not like the way that Torts coaches. Apparently, Patrik verbally disrespected an assistant coach, and that's why he didn't log any ice time in the third period of the Monday night game against the Carolina Hurricanes. Obviously, Laine is a skilled offensive player and is averaging over a point per game with this, but this is not going to be able to work long term if this happens. I'm not saying, excuse me, I have to itch my eye here real quick. I'm not saying this is the norm, but I'm saying it took 4 games for him to get in a little scuffle with the coach. Is it the end of the world? No, but it's something to keep an eye on. If this happens multiple more times, since he is a free agent after this year, I believe in RFA, he may not decide that he wants to be here. They might do a sign and trade, something like that. So, yeah. And then for the people that said, oh, Jarmo and him are Finns, so therefore suddenly they're definitely going to stay together. I'm not saying that's not the case, but I'm still skeptical that Laine wants to sign a long-term extension with this. Tortorella is a hard guy to get along with, regardless of who you are, but for somebody like Laine, I think it could be a little bit harder, so we'll see about that. And, again, I don't think that just because Jarmo and him are Finns, and obviously I know that they have this history, I don't think that guarantees that suddenly Laine is going to be, 8-year extension with the Columbus Blue Jackets. I don't think it's how it's going to be. And if he does sign an extension, I think it'll be a short extension. I can promise you Laine will not stay if Tortorella lays into him like he did Pierre-Luc Dubois. And before you know it, we could lose the Finnish sniper as soon as we got him. But in my honest opinion, a team should always become before a player, and that's just something I've always believed. A great player should be heard, I think. And I think that, they should be able to state their case about this. But I think that regardless, a coach should always stay before a player if they're both, a great player to a great coach. It would take somebody, a McKinnon, Crosby, McDavid type level player for me to even think about trading a coach or getting rid of a coach. And even then I'd probably put out feelers for a potential trade for the star player to see if it would be a massive haul. I would still do that just because I do believe that, if you've got a player that always, has issues, they shouldn't be, priority number 1. And I'm not saying Laine is a headache, but I am saying that it'll be interesting to see if he goes to a third team after this year and then he has problems with their head coach, because then you can't just be like, oh, it was, Paul Maurice and John Tortorella. It'll be a third head coach then, so I'm interested to see how that plays out. And I'm not hating on Laine. I've liked him ever since he was playing just before the league, actually, and I want this to work out, and he is absolutely an exciting talent to watch. But we can't have this. We can't have this drama. If this does keep happening, I am interested to see how it affects Laine's free agent market. Maybe some teams would shy away from giving Laine maybe a long-term deal, or maybe even offering him something in general because they don't want to have a issue in the locker room. Again, we're not sure if this is a consistent, persistent issue, but it's something to keep eyes on. If this, happens a few more times, which I can guarantee it'll probably happen at least 2 more times throughout the season, maybe more. We'll see how it plays out. Or Laine could, buy in and not verbally go after an assistant coach. We'll see there, though. Now, one thing I do want to say is that Jack Roslovic has proven me wrong, and he's looked really good for the Blue Jackets so far. Made me look bad. Guess what? I'm okay with that. I want a Columbus-born, Columbus guy to play for the Blue Jackets and tear it up. I would be perfectly fine if you looked at my old video and I was right about 2 out of the 3 things, but I was wrong about one, and that's Jack Roslovic being a potential top 2 center for our team. I would totally be able to say that I could eat crow on that, and I'm fine with that. Roslovic has provided some great offensive value so far for us. So happy about that. His defense has not been terrible. It's been about average. It's not cost us anything, so that's great. And, like I said, he could potentially be that top 2 center for us that we need with Domi and him obviously there. And I'm worried about our center depth, I'm not going to lie. I've said this before, but I do think that I'm not exactly sure he's a top 2 guy just yet. We haven't really got a huge sample size here. For most of his career, he's looked like a third-line center. And so if he can be that top 2 guy for us, absolutely fantastic. I don't mind that at all. Totally fine eating crow on that. So, again, it's a small sample size, and I'm not convinced just yet. But I will say he's swaying me. And Roslovic, regardless of if his production tapers off a little bit or if it keeps going, either way, he's got me. I'm hooked on the Roslovic addiction here, where he's a Columbus guy. So he's already got me. Now, one thing that I will say is, for the person that said I was a moron, an absolute moron, for saying when PLD left Pierre-Luc Dubois, we lack a big-time face-off guy, and they responded with something along the lines of, Mikko Koivu's on the team, you idiot. Look who's laughing now. Koivu is just retired as of yesterday, and I'm not even sure why they were expecting a 16-year-old Mikko Koivu to be the team's top face-off guy at 38. So, I don't know. I don't know why they called me an idiot for that. I don't think that you should ever expect somebody that's been in the league for 16 years to be your top face-off guy or a big-time face-off guy. Nothing against Koivu. I did just want to point that out. This is a crazy fast video. I feel like this is such a fun video, though. I know face-offs are something that have a massive impact, but obviously they can set you up for better opportunities, especially on the offensive end. The Blue Jackets rank 29th in the league right now for face-off percentage, and I expect this to be the norm, and it's a little frustrating, but we're competitive, so I'm not going to complain too much. And then on the bright side, Boone Jenner, yes, Boone, has a face-off percentage of 53.5%, which would be 4th in the league, the entire league, if we had a whole team of Boone Jenners. So that's it. We're just going to have to clone 4 Boone Jenners, find a way to get them on the roster, and then have them do the face-offs. That's what we're going to have to do. But anyway, the final thing I wanted to say here is, yes, it is something we have to keep an eye on with this Laine deal. It is a situation that I think could become persistent. I don't know, maybe it's something that is a one-time deal. Keep an eye on it, everybody. I appreciate your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Everybody stay safe, have a great day, and stay away from COVID, alright? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes, and hockey fans in general. This is your captain signing off. Have a great week.